Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Subaru in Ewing, New Jersey, and I was not expecting this morning. I was coming down here to film another car, and what was in the parking lot, ready to rock and roll, but a brand new 2023 Subaru Solterra touring trim. Let's dig in. All right, the front end of this Solterra in galactic black. What a name for a color. I love that name. Front end, Subaru badge in the middle. Obviously no grille since this is all electric, but we do have functionality in the grille down below in flat black because these lithium-ion batteries do need to be cooled as you go down the road. We have LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, LED fog lamps, functional side air curtains. Looking good here on the front end of this Solterra. All right, wheel and tire setup on this Solterra. We have a silver wheel with gunmetal gray accents, the Subaru badge in the middle, looking good. We got those ventilated rotors, standard size calipers. Size of the wheel, we have 235 on the width, a 50 series sidewall, 20s, all four corners. This is a dual motor Solterra, which means we have all-wheel drive. Full side profile on this galactic black Solterra. I think it looks good. Now, a lot of people have criticized the black, flat black plastic around the wheel arches, that it's too big, it's too unwieldy, but with the black color and then the flat black, it kind of blends itself in and gives you a more conservative look, which I like on cars in general, is a more conservative look. So I like the way this black on black works. I would have, though, blacked out that chrome window trim up top and made it just all black. I think that would have looked much better around the windows, but overall it looks pretty darn good in this galactic black with the flat black. I like it. I like the body lines. I think it's a good looking vehicle if you go with a more conservative look. And I just ran over real quick to take a look at this white one, which isn't ready to film. But you can see where that flat black is now with it against the white and how much of it there is on the brighter colors. So let me know what you think. Would you rather have this white black contrast or the black contrasting with a different color, or would you go with the black on black color of the vehicle that we're currently reviewing? Let me know in the comments. All right, as we come in closer on the Solterra, as you can see the difference between this galactic black and the flat black. We have the charge port door for your charging, which we'll get to in a minute. Color matched on the side view mirror, LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras as well. We are color matched on the front and rear door handle. Coming up top, we have these interesting looking roof spoilers that come off on either side. We are color matched on the roof with a shark fin antenna and a panoramic sunroof. All right, here we are at the back of this Solterra. We have that interesting looking roof spoiler coming off. We are smoothed out on the back screen, no rear wiper on the back of the Solterra with a little bit of a spoiler kicking up off of that deck lid. The Subaru badge in the middle, LED lighting in the back, including the turn signals. The Subaru all-wheel drive badge on the left. The Solterra Touring EV badge on the right. Flat black along the rear diffuser area. Very, very good looking rear end. All right, charge port door time. What you're going to do is just push it in and it pops right open. And there are our charge port action. We're going to come down a little bit closer. So to open these up, you slide this over and this pops out. And there we have our level 2 charger right there if you have one at home. 100% charge on a level 2 at home. We're probably looking at, from what I could tell in my research, and I use Car and Driver as the source, about 9 hours total charge level 2 at home. Down below you have your DC fast charger right there. So you can take this over to a DC fast charger and you can get from 10% to 80% in about 56 minutes. Total range of the dual motor with the 20-inch wheels is 222 miles, which isn't a lot when you have comparable cars between 275 and 300 miles of total range. So 222 is pretty low. Horsepower with the dual motor action, 215 horsepower, 249 pound-feet of torque. MPGEs, 111 in the city, 93 on the highway, 102 combined. All right, under the hood, of course, we don't have an engine because this is all electric. So what we have our battery pack, 72.8 kilowatt hour, 355 volt lithium ion battery with dual motors. So we're looking at a lot of the electrics underneath here, but what I'm surprised about underneath the front of the car, underneath the hood, is there is no front mounted trunk here at all. Everything is mechanical underneath here. Surprising considering some of the competition does have a front mounted trunk in their EVs. All right, we are inside this 2023 Subaru Solterra. This is the top touring trim. And before we get started with this interior review, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this Solterra cost? Well, we're looking at an MSRP of $53,337. So let's check out the interior. All right, footbox action. We have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator, all rubber finish. The all-season Solterra floor mats. Coming over to the seats, we have power seat for the driver and a manual, believe it or not, assist seat for the front passenger. Coming up to the seats, we have this dark blue and gray StarTex seat material in here. So it's not leather, it's Subaru StarTex material. Looking good. It's a nice combination, two-tone combination with the blue and this light gray. I like the way it looks. All right, the Solterra door panel, an interesting design. I like the two-tone action. Actually, we have three different colors or four different colors on this door panel. We have this black soft touch up top. We then have some piano gloss black plastic around the flat black door handle. Then we have this light gray insert into the door around the armrest, which is nice and soft. And then you have some silver trim as well, accenting the gloss black plastic. So I think it looks pretty cool. We come over here, we have more of this StarTex material on the dash. All right, we're coming to the all-new Subaru 12.3-inch infotainment system right here in front of us. The graphics are beautiful. Simple menu on the side where you have your music and you can tune your radio and your satellite radio. You can connect up with your phone. You can go to your vehicle settings. You can go to the regular settings and you can set up your user profiles. You can go to general and you can set your date and time and language that you want. You have your Wi-Fi hotspot right here. You have your sound and media settings, so you can set up how you want everything to look and sound inside the car. So it's really, really responsive. Obviously, you can customize the inside of the car and how you want everything to operate when you in and get in and out of the car, and whatever else you may want to do. You got your apps down here. You can remote connect via your phone, which is a really cool deal. So there is a lot of functionality in this new system. Believe it or not, I can't use the nav because from what I can tell, you have to subscribe and hook up your phone like you own the car. And this car just came out of PDI, so I don't think they have any of that set up yet, so I can't show you that. But this is a touch screen and it is pretty responsive. And at that point, I'm going to have to leave it at that. We do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I forgot to mention. Down below here, you have some more controls. These aren't buttons. This is a screen. So we do have our heated and ventilated seats for both the driver and front passenger. We also have a heated steering wheel, which is nice. We have dual zone climate control, which is nice. Here's the button to turn on the car. Here are our four-way hazard lights. We have two heat and air vents. As we come down further, we have this button here to go through this one-speed transmission. And what I found interesting is to get the thing moving, you got to push it down like that. And now when you let it up, we're in neutral. And then you have to push it down and turn it to the right for drive, or push it down and turn it to the left for reverse. So it is a very, and then turn it, you can push it down and turn it back to drive. And then if you want to go to park, you just push park. And then we're back in park and everything is cool. So it takes something getting used to with this thing, pushing it down and turning it. And I find that a bit interesting, to say the least, about this transmission. But if we do go into reverse and we take a look at our backup camera, it is nice and large with trajectory. The 360-degree cameras on the left side with trajectory. A really nice upgraded look here from Subaru. As we come down here, we have our parking brake, auto brake hold. This is our one pedal driving action. We also have our X modes, which we'll show you, and our drive modes, which we'll show you when we go through the dash. And we have our traction control off. And this button is for the cameras. So as we come down further, here is a USB wireless charging pad. Down further, we have two cup holders and a little hole, and then we have our key fob, which is really bizarre looking because this is really light, it's really plasticky, it really looks cheap, to be honest with you. A nice center armrest right here, which I like. And there we go. You pop it open, and inside you have a nice area for storage, as you can see, but there's no USBs or 12 volts in there at all. As we go under the center console, which is up here, we do have a pass-through for extra storage, which is nice. And then we have a USB and a 12 volt down here. Snaps back too fast. Down here for some extra connectivity and extra storage with this pass-through. So I like how that looks, and I like the functionality it brings to the center console of this Solterra. All right, here's our Subaru steering wheel. It feels good. No 10 and 2 notches, which I find interesting. We do have the Subaru badge in the middle, flat black on the switchgear. We have our telephone and voice commands on the left. We have our adaptive cruise control and Subaru EyeSight controls on the right. We do have paddles, and this is going to adjust the level of regen braking that you want, either one pedal driving or two pedal driving, whichever you prefer. On the left stalk here, we have your headlights and fog lamps. On the right side, we have our windshield wipers. Down below, safe exit, and pop the tailgate. And then we come in and look at this action. Now, this is my eye line right here. So in order to see that dash, I have to look over the steering wheel because I'm 5'11". So this is an odd setup. So if you bring it down low, which is now probably my chest level, then you can see it through the steering wheel. And this manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel is all the way in the upper position. So a very, very strange way to look at this digital dash. But we're going to zoom in a little bit on this digital dash, and this is what we're looking at right here. And you have a lot of different information. Plus you got your X modes. You got your snow and dirt. You got your deep snow and mud, right? And then you have other modes that you can go to, like your Apple Music, your Amazon Action. You can go to your radio, which of course is now coming on because the volume setting on that infotainment system, if you turn it off for any reason, every time you switch a mode, you have to turn the volume off again because the volume is on in the radio mode versus the media mode versus the telephone mode. So that, I think, is a little bit strange. But that's a quick look at the way this dash looks. I'm going to come up over this to give you a little bit closer look at it, where you get your lane keep assist going on, what your range to your battery is, and your time, the trip odometer, outside temperature, those sorts of things. So it's a nice little display, but I just find it odd that you have to be really short to look at it through the steering wheel, because when you're my size, here's my eye line, and it's obscured. Very interesting, very strange. All right, overhead console time on this Solterra, and what are we doing here? If you want the LED interior lighting to come on when you open and close the door, this door button must be pushed in. And then when you open the door, your LED lighting will come on. When you close, the LED lighting will go off. Here are the controls for this panoramic roof. One touch action. You push it in. Oh, got holding it a little bit, and it's going to go all the way back. Looking good. And then if you want to close it, you just push it, hold it for like a half second, and then you activate the one touch action, and it comes all the way closed. So nicely done. If we look at the vanity, here we are. We got the mirror and an LED light here for that, which is nice. Normally they're not LED. You pull it off, does it slide all the way back? No, but you have an extension. So they got you covered here in Subaru. Nicely done. Driver's side door panel, we have 2 memory seat settings, and we do have power fold mirrors right here with this switch. You hit it one way and in they come. You go back the other way and out they go, and you can have the switch set so they will fold in when you lock the car. All right, we're now in the back seat of this Solterra, and I have plenty of room for my knees. Seat is set for my driving position. Plenty of headroom at 5'11", plenty of shoulder width room. Nice consistency of design front to back with the soft touch up top with the different colors on here. A lot of gloss black around the switchgear and the door handle, which is going to show some fingerprints. But again, they keep the same theme front to back, which I think is good. However, it feels like I'm sitting with my knees a little bit high and my butt a little bit low. So I'm not sitting evenly. Which feels a little strange. All right, here we go with the center console for the rear seat passengers. Looking good, a little bit of a command center action going on. We have USBs, 2 of them. We have 3-stage heated seats for both rear passengers and 2 heat and air vents. So they got you covered in the back. We have a nice seat pocket behind the driver and front passenger. And as we come around, lower that armrest. We have a nice soft armrest, 2 cup holders, and another area here for storage, which looks pretty good. But a nice consistency design with the blue and the light gray all the way around. We have the upgraded Herman card and sound system in here, if I haven't told you already. All right, we're at the back of this Solterra, and to get into the tailgate, key fob or the dash, or you can come to the back, reach underneath, hit the button, and up it goes. Nice electric assist on the way up. You have nice electric assist on the way down right here. And in the back, it's a good area for storage, but not huge in the back of this Solterra. It gets narrow. It starts wider, and then it gets narrow. Here's the subwoofer for that Herman Kardon system. But it gets more narrow the farther you go in. So it's going to be compromised on width. Here are the carpeted Solterra floor mats that come with the car. Here's the all-weather cargo mat right here that says Solterra, and you open this up underneath and you have more storage as well, which is nice. And you have a security shade right here that you can pull up and down or take out if you don't want it in, which is handy. And then to get the rear seats down, piece of cake. You just have to push up that and throw them down. Push that one up and throw them down. Subaru makes it easy. And now you get a lot more room. And once you get rid of the security shade, if you want to take it out, then you're going to get a lot more height with that out. But overall, a good amount of space with the seats down, but it does get more narrow as you come in. And so real wide items are going to be compromised in here. But overall, it's not bad area with storage back here. All right, there's a lot of glare out here today on a cloudy day, but here is the window sticker for this 2023 Solterra Touring. So feel free to pause the video, zoom on in, see everything that is optioned in this Solterra. And now let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are driving the Solterra for 2023. And you know what? This whole steering wheel dashboard setup is totally bizarre, because I'm sitting where I would normally sit, have the seat set how I normally would have it set, and I can't see the lower half of the dashboard without doing one of these or doing one of these looking underneath. it is a very odd way to have this set up to impair vision of the driver. But that being said, I'm sure other people who have reviewed this car have said the same thing. But overall, the ride, really nice and compliant. Great visibility out the windshield and the windows and the rear view mirror and whatnot. So it all looks really, really nice. I like the dual panel sunroof action. I think that brings in extra light inside the car, which is a nice touch. The dual motors obviously are going to give this more get up and go, but it isn't fast compared to other EVs. And we'll do an emergency stop and an acceleration test here in a little bit. I do like the way the tires have and the suspension are damped. It is a heavy car, obviously, being an electric car with all the electric batteries in it. So it does have a lot of weight, and the center of gravity is lower because of that. Braking, really nice. I have this set on regular regen. So now I'm going to ramp it up a little bit, and you can really feel the car braking itself. Now I have it on a one pedal drive and the car stopping, and then I have to keep my foot on the accelerator to get it to keep going. I prefer not to do one pedal driving. I like to operate an electric vehicle the same way it would operate a gas powered car. That's just my preference. Let me know what your preference is, whether it's the one pedal drive or whether it's just driving an EV like a normal car. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think about this steering wheel and dashboard interrupted vision deal. I find that strange. I mean, this is a combo product between Subaru and Toyota. The Toyota version, the BZ4X, has the same issue that the Solterra has. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Also, let me know what you think about the new infotainment screen. I really like it. And I think it looks really nice. It's really clear. I just wish you didn't have to subscribe to set up the navigation in here, or the maps. I think that first time I've run into a car like that, where I hit the button, it says you have to subscribe in order to get the maps and the navigation to come up. So it looks like Subaru has that tied into your account rather than just a general deal within the car, which means most likely it's going to be an over-the-air update system rather than an update for the maps and stuff. Look at that nut. Update for the maps and stuff coming through the dealer when the car goes in for service. So that's kind of where we are. I'm going to pull over here to let this old guy get a little bit further ahead of me and the guy behind me to get past me. There we go. So now we're going to get this up to speed, and then we're going to do an emergency brake test. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Stopped nice and linear. No issues, no steering pulling in either direction. Very nice. And now we're going to step on it and get some get up and go and see how fast this baby is. Okay, get thrown back in the seat a little bit, but then it flattens out. So you get that initial shock, and then it flattens out, because this one just doesn't have the horsepower as other dual motor EVs in the segment have. So that hurts. The range hurts. I don't understand why Subaru's all-electric Solterra has only 222 miles of total range with the 20-inch tires. And even if you went with smaller tires on a lower level trim, since this is the top level touring trim, you're not going to get much more range, maybe another 10-20 miles or something like that. You're still underneath 250 when you have a lot of SUVs, dual motor SUVs in this segment at 275, right? And some of them with only one motor up over 300. It just doesn't seem like it's enough. and I don't think it is enough. Let me know in the comments what you think about the range, because I was really excited to do this car, but when I looked at the range numbers and then the 10% to 80% charge, you have competition, particularly Kia EV6. That's going to run you 10% up to 80% in under 20 minutes. This Subaru Solterra, 10% to 80% in 56 minutes, or basically an hour. So it needs to have the 800 volt structure like the other ones do. Now, Kia EV6 is more expensive. Top trim EV6 is going to cost you high 50s, almost 60 grand. This one is 50 and change for the top trim. So I have to give it that. It's considerably less expensive. But I would like to see more range, and I would like to see quicker charging times. Because unless you get more range or quicker charging and make it more convenient for people, then they're not going to get off their hybrids or fully gas-powered cars. It's just not going to happen. But let me know what you think about Solterra. I have mixed feelings about this. I love the black on the black. I love the more conservative look rather than the brighter color with the black cladding. That's just my preference. I'm a more conservative look, car look type of guy. Nothing too wild. But let me know what you think about the color choices and how this looks. Also, let me know what you think about the range, what you think about this whole steering wheel dashboard deal, and just your general thoughts on Solterra. I have mine. I like it overall. I like it. I think it's a good entry into the all EV segment, especially for Subaru, because this is their first all electric vehicle, and I think with the collab with Toyota, they've come out with a pretty good car, but it needs some upgrades to it. It needs to be more competitive in terms of range, in terms of horsepower, and in terms of charging capability. And I think they need to make an effort to get those things up to a greater point. But I love the fact that motor for every Solterra. I think that's really, really cool. And I like the car overall. Do I love it? No. Would I buy one? No, I wouldn't, because I'm not ready to do an all-electric car yet. I'm still waiting on the infrastructure to get better and these ranges to get better. At least that's my own personal opinion. But I want to thank Ciocca Subaru in Ewing for allowing the channel access to this Solterra for review this morning. They just got it in. They just got it out of PDA, and I'm really PDI, excuse me, and I'm really, really pleased I could bring it to you today. I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone. Man, this heated steering wheel and these bun warmers get hot. Holy cow. That's a plus. Turn those things off. Whew.